Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss to you the scope of our report, which is about the meaning and scope of school administration and supervision. Let us first define administration and supervision. First, what is school administration? School administration is all about the planning, directing, organizing, and controlling human or material resources in educational settings. So the school administration is tasked to plan, direct, and organize every activity in our school. Kasama na dito yung pagkontrol sa human powers, sa teachers, sa pag-hire ng teachers, sa pag-manage ng pupils, at sa lahat ng mga activities na ginaganap sa school. School supervision, on the other hand, refers to supervising the total improvement of the teaching and learning situation and the condition that affects them. It is a socialized function designed to improve instruction by working with the people who are working with pupils and students. So there is school administration, and their function is to administer and lead the school activities and all the things that is happening inside the school. And when we talk about school supervision, that means uh, the act of improving and supervising what is already implemented in a school. Here are some of the activities of supervision. First, survey of the school system. Next, the improvement of classroom teaching. Then, in-service education of teachers. Then, the selecting and organizing of materials for instructions. Next is researching the problems in teaching, determining the desirable physical condition of teaching, and performing semi-administrative duties. So we have different types of school administration and supervision. So as said earlier, an administrator in the field of education is responsible for managing and supervising school facility, education programs, and staff development. So here in the Philippines, we have different types of administration. So there is different administration from preschools. There is also another administration for elementary and secondary school, and different administration for college and universities as well. Preschool administration. Preschools are often small enough, therefore, a single supervisor with some of the faculty members can manage them. The administration of the school depends only on the director, ensuring that the curriculum, finances, and projects are done correctly. The director also participates personally, choosing teachers and staff as well as ensure that the school follows educational standards. So here in the Philippines, preschools are consist of the nursery and the preparatory department. So sa government naman, meron tayong mga daycare centers. So ang mga daycare centers natin sa different barangays natin uh, are just consist of like 30 pupils for set A, say for example, and the set B naman was a morning session and afternoon session, 30 pupils each. So it's just very small number of pupils and it can already be managed by a single director, by one or two teachers. So hindi na kailangan ng maraming faculty kasi yung pag-manage ng school or ng department ay hindi naman gaano kabigat since konti lang naman yung population nila. Elementary and secondary school administration. The principal plays a major part in supervising projects and other development to better serve the students. Elementary school administrations, through the Parent-Teacher Association, meet with parents to make sure that their children are getting the best education and services that the school can offer. The principal's main responsibility is to serve as the school's representative and supporter in the community. So the principal administers and also supervises the school in elementary and secondary schools. He or she also designates tasks to the teachers and to the non-teaching personnel that are relevant to the school's activities. It is the principal na nagsusupervise sa school to make sure na lahat ng tasks at gawain ay maayos na ma-implement. Kasama na dito ang classroom teaching ng mga teachers, progress of the learners, and also the communication between the school and the community as well as to the parents as well. The principal always takes the lead so that the teachers will also be eager to follow. For the college and university administration. So, colleges and universities are largely different from elementary and secondary schools. They are larger and have more specific functions since they manage a very large community. The first major difference is that college and university administrations are headed by a president and a governing body that handles all aspects related to school management like finances and projects. He plays a major part in arranging meetings, developing budgets, and reviewing academic curriculum. A dean leads each department of the university or college and manages the department and works hand in hand with the head of administration to make sure that the department goals are in line with the university's goal. So in colleges and universities, their administration is led by their president. However, the president designates the task to supervise the different college or department dean or heads so that supervising the whole university will not be hard because the population nga is so big to be supervised by just a single leader. So, ang college or the department dean will be the one to supervise and communicate to the teachers under their respective department, which will also communicate to the students who are under their department. It should just be made sure that whatever the president wanted to implement will be done accordingly and righteously by each department with the supervision of the dean. So, of course, kasama na sa function ng school administrator or ng college or university president is yung sa registrar or dun sa body or sa isang grupo na nag-handle ng finances ng isang university or ng isang college. Administration and supervision interrelated. So the administration and the supervision terms are interrelated in that every administrator is a supervisor and every supervisor participates in administrative affairs. So administration represents the whole of the education system, while the supervision represents a portion of it in terms of improving the total teaching and learning situation. While administration emphasizes authority, supervision emphasizes service. Every act of administration is based upon authority, and then supervision is based upon service. Administration provides favorable conditions essential to good teaching and learning. Supervision carries out the better operation and improving it. In simple words, administration provides and supervision operates. Administration decides, directs, and orders the execution of educational program. Supervision assists, advises, guides, and leads the operation and improving the program. In other words, administration directs, supervision serves. Let us now have the scope of administration and supervision. So we have here the terms that we needed to be familiarized with in terms of the scope of administration and supervision. First term, we have the administration of school personnel. So this includes all policies, activities, and practices of the administration and staff designed to effectiveness of teaching personnel. The second term is the school finance and budget management. This includes the financing of the school system, the sources of funds, and the estimated expenditures. The third one is the school plant management. The resources cover the planning and organization of school facilities and buildings to ensure that the school environment is safe, stimulating, and effectively managed. The fourth term, curriculum organization and management. This includes the process of selecting curriculum elements from the subject to the current social life and the student's experience. The fifth term, guidance and discipline. This includes the system of rules, punishment, and behavioral strategies appropriate to the regulation of children and the maintenance of order in schools. The sixth term, non-formal education. This includes organized school-based education activities aimed at attaining specific learning objectives for a particular clientele, especially the illiterate adults and out-of-school youth. So, there are different concepts that we follow in school administration and supervision. So in here, we have summarized the two kinds of concepts here, the traditional and the modern concepts. So first, we will have the traditional concepts that we follow in school administration and supervision. So traditional concepts are based on the philosophy that the teacher is the center of administrative and supervisory activities. Traditional concepts are subjective. They are individualistic and regimented. It puts more emphasis on techniques. It practices leadership through compulsion, coercion, and imposition, and regards classroom visitation as an isolated activity from other projects. While the modern concepts teach us to recognize the child and its growth, it is based on facts and utilize scientific and modern devices and procedures. It is socialistic and cooperative. It is based on principles. It practices democratic leadership through stimulation, direction, and guidance. And it covers the whole teaching and learning factors which are resident in the pupils, in the teachers, in the administrators and supervisors, and in the school. So let us now have a glimpse on the development concepts in school administration and supervision in the Philippines. So how it started and how it evolved from the past. So in the early days, administration and supervision were inspectorial in character and the methods used were dictatorial and coercive. They inspected the building and grounds and equipment, and they even checked the attendance and enrollment of the pupils. Later on, emphasis was placed on the improvement of the curriculum and the improvement of instructions through the training guidance of the teachers. The introduction of new subjects like music, manual arts, adult education, and home economics in the elementary and secondary school curriculum led to the development of special supervisors. At present, administration and supervision are considered as an expert technical service primarily concerned with studying, improving, and evaluating teaching, learning situations, and the conditions that affect them. It becomes synonymous with democratic leadership, which stresses the dignity and worth of the individual, promotes the general welfare, and proceeds through the method of intelligence through cooperative action. Here is the table that summarizes the development of concept in administration and supervision in the Philippines. So as you can see, from the year 1901 to 1924, the focus of the administration and supervision is the inspection of school grounds and classrooms. So yung focus nila is the area to where the school is located and also the physical arrangement of classrooms. In 1925 to 1941, the administration and supervision focused on the improvement of the curriculum, instruction, and improvement of teachers in service. So they started to observe the teaching procedures of the teachers in the classroom, and they also focused and gave emphasis to the improvement of the teachers, which means they have already prepared seminars for the teachers in order for them to be more productive and effective as classroom teachers. And from 1949 to the present, the focus of the administration and supervision is on the improvement of the total teaching and learning situation and the conditions that affect them through cooperative leadership. So hindi lang sila nag-focus doon sa physical school setup and the teacher, but now they are already focusing on the curriculum and the curriculum development. So that includes uh, the the improvement of the teaching and learning situations, the improvement of the teachers, of course, through trainings, seminars, and they also focused on the learners. So the classroom and the instruction is already learner centered, and they also focused on cooperative leadership, meaning humihingi na sila ng feedback, suggestions, and comments from the teachers, from the school personnel under them, from the community, kung ano yung mas ikabubuti na gawin para sa school and for the improvement of the school and the education as a whole. In our system or in our division, the division superintendent and the district supervisor are the ones that have administrative function. The division and the subject supervisor are those that have supervisory function, while the principal have both supervisory and administrative function. In terms of improving school administration and supervision, the administration and supervision of schools today give emphasis on the improvement not only of the facilities and the learning environment of the students, but focuses more on the improvement of the whole factors affecting the learning process, like the improvement of the content and strategies to be given to the learners, which will help them nurture their future and be globally competitive. There are interventions shared by the administrators and supervisors to their subordinates and students to continue the learning process in the most convenient way. With these interventions made by the dynamic administration in the education, education as of now is not anymore impossible to all because of the democracy leadership development. Such interventions focus on the improvement of the teaching and learning process through the fair direction and guidance. This slide emphasizes that the teacher also needs knowledge of administrative and supervisory responsibilities. Teacher plays an important role in education of every student. As a general rule, teacher role and responsibility is to ensure quality of teaching. It is essential for us teachers to attain enough knowledge about the subject and gather the correct material for teaching. In addition, it is not only sufficient to hold good quality knowledge on the subject, but also have a presentable appearance. The teacher's role and responsibilities, aside from instructions, is to know also how to become administrator and supervisor on his or her own classroom because for some reason it consider also in determining success and efficiency in education system. By that, as a teacher, we should not just focus on giving instruction to our students, but also give attention to our non-instructional duties and study on it to understand fully the purpose of teaching profession. Here are some guides in school organization, administration, and supervision. A successful school is about much more than teaching. While good teaching and learning are crucial, the administration that underpins it is key to providing a well rounded education that encompasses the whole child. Effective administrations and organizations support an education that goes well beyond imparting knowledge. The administrative team are often the ones responsible for recording, checking, and analyzing student data. As a conclusion, studies reveal that the focus of administrations which involve supervision is to improve the totality of teaching and learning experience by both the teachers and learners. Several types of administrations in terms of supervision were employed by supervisors such as inspections, clinical approach, and differentiated approach. While each of these administrative have their strengths and weaknesses, differentiated mode of administering schools has proved very valuable since it is democratic in nature and allows for adequate input from teachers towards effective supervision, and supervisors are highly interested in improving teachers' professional qualification to the end of achieving quality education that instead of clinging to the view of seeing supervision as a job or responsibility of one person, it should be seen as a dynamic process wherein teachers require regular and consistent guidance and support.